In less than an hour, President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to be in Parliament to present the Presidency budget allocation, but not if some opposition parties have their way. They threatened to disrupt the President's presentation over the scandalous robbery at his Limpopo farm. Our reporter Athi Mtongana is in Parliament and joins me now live from there. Very good afternoon to you again, Athi. We know that it will not be business as usual as the President prepares to make that address today.
Definitely important. In fact, we're seeing a hive of activity around the parliamentary precinct, and I can confirm that the President has indeed arrived in preparation of course, his delivery of the Presidency's budget vote 1. I can tell you that right now before me is the Presidential Protection Unit to indicate, of course, that the President is indeed here. But I do have the Minister of Social Development. Thank you so much for your time. I want to start off with the ANC Parliamentary Caucus earlier on, and whether the issue around the disruptions or even the issue at the robbery at President Ramaphosa's farm came into the discussion.
That at the moment is not a discussion at caucus, basing ourselves on the fact that there are due processes that need to take place, whether it's government processes, constitutional processes, if you may call it. Even in the ANC, there are due processes that need to take place in the ANC. So at the moment, that wasn't the discussion. The caucus had its normal agenda, and it continued with its normal agenda. But of course, preparing for this debate today, which the President is at the center of attraction because it is the budget of the Presidency, we are getting ourselves ready for any eventuality. If in case some people want to disrupt or whatever, we're ready for that. But I think what is very important for us is that there are institutional processes that must be respected at all times. All of us have presented our budgets as ministers. The President is now having to present his own budget and that of the Presidency in general.
I'm interested how you will then react to the potential heckling. I mean, we already saw sometime this week when the Speaker was delivering the parliamentary budget vote, where we had somewhat of a disruption, so to say, with the EFF MP calling the President a fraudster, and then subsequently having MPs from the ANC benches calling on point of orders. I'm interested to find out what your response will be in instances like that, because we've really heard a strong message from the opposition benches about having to take the President taking him to account for, of course, what has happened in his farm.
The good thing is that we are in a democratic country. This country enables us as members of Parliament through the parliamentary process to deal with whatever we want to deal with. There is a speaker, and all the presiding officers, they always have to be ready for this. Secondly, there are rules in Parliament. That's one thing that must be understood, and understood from a point of view that democracy enabled us to develop the rules so that we can all be able to manage when such situations arise. This is nothing new as far as we are concerned as the African National Congress. We have always managed it in the best way that we can manage it. I am 100% sure that the Speaker, as well as all the presiding officers, of course carrying that book of the rules in their hands, are going to be able to deal with the issue. That's why I'm saying, by the way, this is nothing new. We've been here before, and we are still here standing because we need to defend democracy at all times.
Lastly, Minister, do you feel that all of this happening around the President has somewhat tainted his image? We've seen these news even surfacing at an international level.
Well, look, if anything touches any leader of any government, including the President himself, obviously we'll have to deal with that issue at the right time through the right platforms for that. For now, he is the President. He was elected from the ANC point of view. May I remind everybody that he was elected as the President of the African National Congress. He was elected also as the President of the country. He must take responsibility as the leader in terms of the executive, in as far as leading That is what he has to do until such time that if there's any other decision. But right now, President Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of the African National Congress and president of the country, and he has to take that responsibility of delivering the budget speech today, and we are all ready to debate it.
All right, thank you so much for your time. The Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, she's an ANC MP out here saying that heckling and point of orders and disruptions in the chamber are nothing new, and that they are counting on the president as the first citizen to deliver the presidency's budget vote. I don't know if my colleague will be able to show you the activity that's currently taking place here. The chief whip of the ANC, Pemima Jodina, right there with the Minister of Social Development, and right across, of course, is Mondli Ngugubeli, the Minister in the presidency. They are all here, of course, ahead of President Cyril Ramaphosa delivering the budget vote for the presidency. And of course, again, the Presidential Protection Unit flanking the Good Hope Chamber this afternoon. I can tell you that in front of me, of course, you won't be able to see, the Presidential Security Unit is around the presidency's vehicles. And so they are, of course, expecting the president to walk through here in just a few minutes.
Very well, Athi Mtongana. Let's leave it there for now. Of course, keeping a close eye on the parliamentary precinct ahead of the president's delivery of that address, expected at around 2 o'clock. Athi bringing us a breakdown of some of the expectations there.